Hello friends, my name is Sunil Ranjan and I am an English teacher. Now here I have come up with the poem Philosophy by Nissim Ezekiel. First I'll tell you about Nissim Ezekiel the poet. Well, Nissim Ezekiel was born in Bombay in an Indian Jewish family. He had the amazing poetic spark in him. His poems reveal a keen analytical mind struggling to make order out of the chaos he finds around him. He endeavors to adjust and attune the manner of expression to the temper of the new age. He breaks away from the highly inflated diction of the earlier poets by cultivating a modern idiom charged with irony and understatement. He has written both in traditional verse forms and free verse. Pound, Eliot, Yeats, Rook, Spender, and Auden had been major influence on his writing. The central themes in his poetry are love, integration of the contemporary Indian scene, modern urban life, and spiritual values. His poetry reflects a development from the predominantly external world of flesh and bone to myths of light. His poem Philosophy is a reflection upon the mundane existence of human life that fails to explore the truth that needs to be explored. Now, coming to the text of the poem. So first I'll read out a few lines and then I will come up with the explanation. Well, the lines go. There is a place to which I often go, not by planning to, but by a flow, away from all existence to a cold lucidity, whose will is uncontrolled. Here the mills of God are never slow. Now the explanation is, as the poem begins, through his philosophy or reflection, the poet speaks of a place where he often goes randomly, prompted by his intense longing to be away from all, to get a clear feel of his free and uncontrolled desires, where divinity runs in full flow, undisturbed by anyone or anything, a state of complete solitude from the society. Now, the lines come up further. The landscape in its geological prime dissolves to show its quintessential slime. A million stars are blotted out. I think of each historic passion as a blink that happened to the sad eye of time. Now the explanation is, the landscape, that is one's geographical location, turns out to show the same mundane substance, the routine human existence. A million stars or the poetic imaginations seem to have lost their beauty and essence. The poet thinks that all that happened out of intense passion was just a momentary relief to the sad phases of time. Now the lines further. But residues of meaning still remain, as darkest myths meander through the pain towards the final formula of light. I too reject this clarity of sight. What cannot be explained, do not explain. Now the explanation is, the poet says here that the remains of all that happened in such sad phases of human history remain as painful reminders lurking all along his psyche, moving towards some possibility that promises hope. The poet brushes aside such notion of hope and ever finding any such light, as he goes by his firm conviction that what cannot be explained because of its complexity need not be explored further or explained. Now the lines. The mundane language of the senses sings its own interpretations. Common things become, by virtue of their commonness, an argument against their nakedness that dies of cold to find the truth it brings. Well, the explanation is, the poet says further that the language of one's senses remain the same and with nothing new. They have their own meanings. He is of the view that common things don't have anything special to speak because of their ordinariness. The poet says that his argument is against the bare facts that lie naked and easily die of cold. The poet means to say that no attempt is ever made to explore the truth that gives deeper meaning to life. Well, here I come to the end of the explanation, friends, and if you choose to subscribe to my channel, I promise that I'll be coming up with fine videos for you from time to time. And yes, I will keep my promise. Thank you.